Welcome to Vegan Ultra. I'm your inspiration guide, Adam Gallus, on this epic quest for health, hope, and happiness, in which I lose 150 pounds in 12 months on a whole food vegan diet while walking 3,000 miles to prove to myself, my family, and everyone watching on YouTube that we can all become the ultra versions of ourselves if we give it a chance and are powered by plants. This is a special training update edition because, of course, right now, America is going through a polar vortex, and I live in the great frozen north of Minnesota. So this morning, when I went for my morning walk, -8 degrees with a 27 below wind chill. And of course, that means it is very cold, dangerously cold. In fact, too much so to do more than just a few minutes of walking. That's why I take Puppy out about 3 times per day, maybe 4 if I can get him to agree. And as you can see, it is actually much, much colder in other parts of the country. In fact, some parts of Montana are reporting -40 degrees with -60 wind chill. And yet, I still managed to accomplish my walking goals this week. 67 miles, that's 111 big loops, bringing me to a total of 705 miles, 27 marathons in 11 weeks. The distance from New York to St. Louis, averaging 9.2 miles a day every day, for 11 weeks. Of course, I actually do have days of rest, but you can see, according to Fitbit, 125,000 calories, 36 pounds of fat, which has helped me to lose 100 pounds in 6 months, along with my whole food vegan diet. But you might be wondering, how on earth do you manage such a thing when it is frozen? Well, the answer is, of course, you need the right clothing. So I have these Zero Drop boots from the company Zero. They make the shoes that I use. They're basically minimalist, flat with zero padding, and this creates as close to barefoot as possible, which is what I find to be the healthiest form of being able to walk ultra long distances while recovering very quickly. Now, it's important to point out that, as I learned in the Army, boots and shoes are very different. So while these are great in a blizzard, when I tried to do 36 miles of these in 3 days, it did cause some pain that nearly derailed me. I had to be very careful with my recovery, take an extra day off from walking. I still managed to hit my goal 2 weeks ago, but boots are essentially only when necessary. And of course, there is the most important part is the winter protection. That is the coat. So this is what I use, the Alpine North. This is the Rolls Royce of vegan coats. It's also PFAS free. In terms of gloves, this is what I am currently using. And I will be in the future trying to get Patagonia gloves, which starting in 2024 are now officially PFAS free. Now, those are, of course, the forever chemicals. There's about 5,000 different kinds of them that have been linked to all kinds of things such as obesity, cancer, infertility. Basically, you want to minimize their exposure as much as possible. This is what I'm currently using. As you can see, not exactly waterproof, so this is the weakest part of my winter ensemble. Now, I was able to manage 2 laps, 24 minutes at -27 degree wind chill. So that's okay. But the key to achieving my goals this week is the Shoreview Community Center. Even though my town only has 25,000 people, this is a utopia for families. That's why all the families with kids are flocking here. Take a look. This is absolutely incredible. What a pool. We also have, of course, hot tubs, incredible gym facilities, an incredible play center for kids and daycare facilities, and most importantly for me, a running track, which of course is a godsend when it is this cold. So what I tend to do is I will go ahead and bring as much of my food as possible this is what I ate. Remember, nutrition is 90% of training. And so you can see here, I love pistachios. It's my favorite nut, so I ate lots of those. Also, 17 pounds of fruit in the form of tangerines, apples, black grapes. What I'm doing now with these soups is to save time. I have the biggest possible crock pot I can get from Hamilton Beach, lead-free, PFAS-free, nice and safe, not leaching any chemicals into my food. And I will pack this thing. I know you're not supposed to fill it to the brim, but hey, I got to do what I got to do. So this thing will hold about 12 and a half, 13 pounds. It's 10 quarts of food, and I fill it to the brim. I have different recipes for when I have to do weight training versus when I'm just on the weekends doing recovery days. But always fill it to the brim, and you can see basically with a plant-based diet, even 13 pounds is very low calories. And of course, packed with protein, because remember, every plant has all essential amino acids, just different amounts. And of course, I love my cinnamon pea milk, and I'm still eating down these Extreme Olay high fiber spinach wraps. These are absolutely incredible, but they are somewhat high in sodium. And now that I'm not eating the Blue Zone Hot Pockets anymore, I really don't need them. So as you can see, basically the solution to the problems of how do you walk almost 70 miles when it's sub-zero temperatures, you need the right environment in terms of the running track. You need the right winter gear, because you still got to take your dog out, right? You got to poop and pee several times a day. But ultimately, it comes down to the diet of champions. Remember, it's not just about the protein, it's also about the nutrients that you need to recover from very intense exercises, including walking up to 20 miles in a single day. That is where the antioxidants, the phytochemicals, the various anti-inflammatory properties of all the spices I'm eating in those soups, such as turmeric, just one among many, is essential to fueling this kind of ultra athletics. Remember, walking 3,000 miles in a single year, we're talking about over 10 miles a day, every single day. This is not something you can do on the standard American diet. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video to help other people find it on YouTube, and consider trying a Blue Zone vegan lifestyle that's helped me to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. This is truly science-based magic and nutrition-fueled sorcery that's helping me become the healthiest, happiest version of myself. And it can do the same for anyone if you give it a chance and are powered by plants.